Let's get it done.
Hey, what's up, folks? We're back. So if you've been following us, we got duped last night. We thought we were watching a new Mortal Kombat trailer. It was a compilation of a whole bunch of short trailers. And then today, I don't know if it's maybe because we put that into the ether that we want to see more Mortal Kombat. They dropped a new teaser. It's pretty short. It's like 30 seconds in anticipation to, I guess they announced that it is coming to HBO Max with an asterisk. It's USA only, and it's only for 31 days that HBO Max subscribers are going to get to watch it without paying extra. So I don't know if it's going to go to another service or it's going to become some type of rental. But that's neat. That's great for US customers. Hopefully us Canucks Canadians will get something similar. It'll be on HBO Crave, or maybe it'll just be a rental service. But fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. We have our good friend Tim from Fight Insight podcast in here. And then we have my blood brother Chris Toasty Ho today. He had a better name, but we'll save it for the next one. So last night we had Shaun.
Toasty Ho is good.
Yeah, Toasty Ho, that's not bad. It's all right. We had my buddy Shaun on from Hypefaction. I'm still wearing the shirt. I did change. I just put it on for the show last night is my excuse, but think whatever you want. So I'm definitely going to drop the links for his latest drop in the comments as well. So check that out. Check out Hypefaction. He's going to drop some stuff on, I think, Friday or Saturday. He said so he couldn't make it. He's got to work, so we're taking a quick break. I'm always on break, so let's rock and roll. So Mortal Kombat, me and my brother Chris talked a little bit about our history. I did play. I forgot to mention that when Mortal Kombat 9 dropped, they dropped a demo that had like 4 characters or so on it, and Melina was one of the characters, and I was rocking that character like a champ. I was actually doing really good with that character. But there's a move that she does. She jumps in the air and does this roll on the floor. And it looks like you have to duck and block. So I'm going to get a little fighting game nerdy just because I thought it was awesome. You have to duck and block it. But people didn't know that you can stand and block it. So I was tricking all these people, and I was like winning games, and people were like, "Oh yeah, you got good at this game." And then once they found out you can stand and block that, I got wrecked. So Tim, you actually have experience with not one of the most popular Mortal Kombats. Mostly people play the later stuff that's out now, or the early 1, 2, 3. You're kind of in the middle. What was your Mortal Kombat of choice?
Yeah, I grew up playing, obviously, 1, 2, 3. Like, shout out to the Beckers at Brimley and Steeles. I dominated that machine. I would crush people with Raiden in Mortal Kombat 1. I would play one-handed against like some kids just to like really embarrass them.
Yeah, back forward, I think was
teleport and then la 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 la. Yeah. My game of choice was Mortal Kombat Deception, which is number 6 on Xbox Original. I feel it might have been Xbox Original.
Right. I think so. Yeah.
That game was amazing, man. I played. I must have played like a billion hours.
A lot of people will beg to differ.
No. Okay. No. Hold on. That was the one where you could switch fighting stances and into a weapon stance. So like you had the one button that would switch you, and your combos would switch in between the combos. And then it also had Puzzle Fighter, it was called Combat Fighter, which was a Street Fighter puzzle fighter. Remember that game? So they had a version of that in that game that was playable online. That was super fun. And then they had a Mortal Kombat Chess, which was like a chess game where you picked your fighters to be like pawns, the rooks, the thing. That, and then and if you picked the guy to be the pawn, they all just had lesser health. Right? That's the way they balanced it. But that was super fun. Man, that was my game. I played Mortal Kombat Deception like infinite. Like I could do every finisher like with all the characters. Like I knew that game inside and out. That was a big game for me, man.
It's so fun. It's very interesting that you have this game that's like kind of just like out of nowhere. I've never like it's always like Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 is considered one of the best games, and Mortal Kombat 2 obviously. Mortal Kombat 1's got the nostalgia, and then 9 and up. So everyone pretty much ignores 4 through 8.
Don't sleep on 6, man. Don't sleep on 6.
So I'm gonna have now I'm under pressure, and I'm gonna have to find someone else to join us that like the that I think there was a Sub-Zero game where it was like he was on a quest or something like that. It wasn't actually a fighting game. I forgot what it's called. Yeah. I'm sure someone will hit us in the comments with what that game was called.
It was Sub-Zero and not Liu Kang, the guy with the hat.
Kung Lao,
wasn't it? You could pick Kung Lao or Sub-Zero in that. There was one game
I don't remember at all. I remember it wasn't a fighting
Was it like
game.
a Final Fight type game?
I feel like there was something like that.
I think we played that, John. I don't know. I don't remember what's it.
I don't know. It's my brain's gone now. So, but it'd be funny if I could find someone who was like, yeah, that was my jam. But yeah, I doubt it's gonna happen. So we're gonna watch this quick 30-second hit, and then we're gonna talk to Tim quickly about his podcast, which he just did a really wicked episode on body language and fighting and all that kind of stuff. Since we're going to be talking about fighting and MMA involved in this trailer, I don't want to talk this trailer up too much because it's only 30 seconds. Quickly, is there anything you're expecting to see from this, Tim?
No, I'm just excited.
Yeah, you're just excited. Chris, anything? I know we talked it up the other night, but
well, one thing I just came up with was an idea for a podcast is to rank all the Mortal Kombat games.
Oh yeah,
you try something like that.
It would be pretty simple though. I'm pretty sure I know what the top.
It goes 6.
Sorry, Tim would be all the way. It's not gonna be like... Okay. Anyways, let's move on and we'll do a reaction because it's going to be a short clip and then we'll talk about things afterwards. So I'm going to remove the overlay this time, non-rookie mistake.
Cool.
And we're going to jump into this trailer. So this is available on their Twitter account, Mortal Kombat Movie Twitter, and it is basically their announcement for the whole HBO release. So us Canadians, hopefully we'll get it soon. So let's rock and roll.
Listen carefully. Watch.
The guy lose 10 again.
Learn. Mortal Kombat has begun.
There's a war coming.
We need to fight before it's too late.
Get over here!
Oh,
there you go.
In theaters and on HBO Max April 16. Rated R.
Yeah. So again, it was a short little teaser, but we did get to see a couple new things. Not a ton. I like seeing that. I think we saw it during the other teasers we did where Liu Kang possibly turns into a dragon, which became one of his fatalities, and I think it was the second one. The first one he kind of got robbed, and he would just uppercut guys as his fatality. I feel like they we need one more fatality. Just make him do a flip kick and uppercut that guy. So me and Chris already talked a little bit about Mortal Kombat the other day. Tim, how are you feeling about this movie? Are you excited for it?
Like number 1 is one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm not gonna lie. Like number 1, I thought was really good. I feel like, and now I haven't watched it in a long time, but like I feel like that had amazing choreography. I remember watching that and thinking that the choreography in the first one was pretty good. No, you didn't like?
No, you do have to watch it, and it'll be a point that when we do a deeper dive into Mortal Kombat. So we're doing this because we think this is going to be awesome. But a lot of stunt double work. Obviously not Robin's show. I don't think because he was a legit martial artist, but almost everybody else in the cast, I feel like, were replaced with stunt doubles. Which is
no, that's okay. I just mean I remember how I liked how they panned back. And you could see the full fight taking place almost like it was a video game. So I really like that. I hope that this one kind of captures that too. Like I do. Obviously, you can see them doing the fatalities. You can see them doing the moves and stuff like that. That's a given. But I do hope when they get to the fight
Scorpion versus Johnny Cage from the first movie. I remember that distinctly. It was a really cool scene.
We rewatched that a lot.
Lyndon Ashby was a great actor, but that was 100% a stunt double for him.
I'm okay. I'm okay with using a stunt double if it means the movie's going to be good. But I just want the fight scenes to. I don't want it to be too choppy. Like a lot of movies nowadays, I want them to pan back. I want to see the martial arts, right? Like they've got good people in this. So I want to be able to see it. I want to pan back and I want to watch those fights take place. But the movie looks good. I'm excited for it. I mean, you gotta deliver on this because there was that show that came out, right? What was the show called? Remember that?
Was it kind of like fan made? Yeah, I forgot.
They had an old TV show, and
was it Annihilation?
Right.
It was probably called Annihilation. Yeah, and it was actually a stage show. You could go watch it live or something like that, and they would perform these martial arts, which is actually kind of cool. I feel like it might work in today's climate. But yeah, like you said, a lot of the performers, Louis Tan and the guy from the Raid and all these guys, they're legit martial artists.
Yeah, so shout out Wu Warriors.
Wu Assassins. Wu Warriors, different movie. So that's
different show about Kung Fu. Yeah,
I think I would definitely watch that show as well. Chris, any other reactions to this?
One thing with the first movie, the soundtrack, shout out to that great soundtrack. I remember we owned that and we were always blasting that weird the techno music for that. I can't wait till someone recuts the movie, adding maybe the old music. That'd be kind of fun. for an idea for somebody to do. But yeah, this looks good. This looks like it's not trying to be like this mainstream kind of thing. It looks like it's made for fans. You know, they're gonna have legit fight scenes. They're not like casting, you know, typical like Hollywood people to kind of like have the looks and things like that. They're casting real fighters and real action people. So I think this is going to be great, and it's going to be for diehard fans like us.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, cool. So thanks for tuning in, folks. So we just wanted to kind of do a redux because we got duped by yesterday's trailer, but we still had a lot of fun, and Shaun was on it as well with us. So hopefully you check that out. Tim's got a very cool podcast going on. So Tim, can you tell the folks a little bit about your podcast, since it is kind of fighting MMA related?
Yeah, we started a podcast, and huge thanks to John, because if it wasn't for John and Heroes World, I would never have had the guts to do it.
I just point you in the right direction.
No.
You guys do the rest. So.
No, he's too modest. Like, no, huge fan. So started Fight Insight podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, especially wherever you get your podcasts. But YouTube is the big one. And we talk MMA stuff. It's not, you don't have to be like a massive MMA fan or like we don't nerd out like crazy. We're talking about general stuff so that anyone can watch it. But last week, this Tuesday, we dropped our latest episode, which is with world #1 body language expert Mark Bowden. So you may know him from his TED Talks, or he's on like television, radio a lot. He always does breakdowns. Like he just recently did a breakdown of the Meghan Markle and Prince Harry thing on Oprah, right? But he's the guy that everybody goes to. And for some reason, he came on our podcast. I don't think he knew how tiny or small we were, but he comes on
because you were a fan. He wanted to be there because you were a fan from, I don't know, I think you talked about it in the podcast from how long ago. And it's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to show up for these people that show up for me. So I think that was awesome.
Yeah, no, I mean, super thanks to that guy. He is based out of Toronto. I message him on LinkedIn and stuff because he puts out videos all the time about like how to interact with people and stuff. So he's really cool. Came on and he talked about face-off body language. So, you know, when the face-offs happen before the fights and the guys stand there and they do their thing or whatever, there's a lot of people that do weird things. Like some people will like smile a lot, or some people will like look down, or like they'll do different things. So we brought him on and he talks about like all the psychology behind that and what those things mean. It was amazing. I can't believe he came on. It turned out to be really, really cool. Like all the stuff he talked about. So yeah, check it out.
Yeah, it was a great episode. I don't know what would be your choice of a face-off move then, Tim? Are you going to cover your face, or are you going to put your hands down, or a little teaser? You'll find out why he does this if you go watch the podcast. But
yeah, I think I mean, based on what he said, I think the more proper one would be to keep your hands down a little bit lower, not like right in front of your face. Keep it down, drop your center of gravity, and maintain eye contact. You know. But keeping that body a little bit lower, I think was and you'll see it in the podcast. He talks about like the reason why that might be the more dominant stance.
Yeah, so very cool. And whenever round 1 starts for Mortal Kombat, they face off too. So maybe we'll get him back on when we talk more Mortal Kombat and get him to analyze video game.
Video game characters.
That'd be hilarious. He definitely probably like click exit, and we'd be like, oh, we lost connection. All right. But anyways, thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Thanks, Tim, for coming on. Thanks to my brother for the last minute call as usual. So that's Fight Insight podcast. Chris, you can find exclusively on my platform. So the Heroes World podcast and the Sidekick show. You can follow my antics on jho.heroesworld. And thank you very much, folks. We'll talk to you soon.